What's up guys, it's Connor and I am in a new place that I don't usually sit in. This is part of my temporary sitting arrangement while I am working on revamping, relaunching thing of my channel. Put all that aside and let's get to the review. So Thor follows the character of Thor, who is the son of Odin, king of Asgard. Asgard is of course the kingdom of the gods, which is one of the realms of the 9 realms of the universe. Thor is based off of the Marvel Comics Thor. So Thor is played by Chris Hemsworth, who really owns the role. He just is crazy and arrogant and brash and bad A as the character of Thor. You know, it starts off whenever you see his character and he's just like, yeah, whoa, Asgard. He comes back and he's getting crowned king, and Thor does this really arrogant act. As I've said already, he is arrogant. From this, his father Odin, played by Anthony Hopkins, decides to banish him to Midgard, which is the realm of Earth. So Thor is joined by Jane Foster and her scientist friend people. Jane Foster is played by Natalie Portman, and her scientist friend people are not. Jane Foster decides to help him because Thor promises to exchange the information that she's wanted, being that she is a scientist who believes in otherworldly things, in exchange for her help in Thor regaining his hammer Mjolnir. Obviously, it's going to be kind of hard to do, being that S.H.I.E.L.D., and you should know who S.H.I.E.L.D. is by now, a government agency led by Sam Jackson himself, Nick Fury. So S.H.I.E.L.D. has kind of just taken over the crash site of his hammer, and it's going to be pretty hard to get in. Meanwhile, up in Asgard, Thor's brother Loki is kind of up to some mischievous things, being that he is the god of mischief, and Thor is the god of thunder, if you didn't already know that. By far, the best performance in this movie is Tom Hiddleston as Loki. He is just amazing in his role. He owns it even more than Chris Hemsworth, who owns his role very well. And Loki has this giant arc that I think really you feel for both Thor and Loki, which is something that you don't usually do for a villain. But he pulls it off so well in this movie. Some of the best scenes in this movie are the family scenes, the interaction between the family of Asgard. You know, Thor and Loki, Loki and Odin, Thor and Odin, and then all three of them together. Just some of the best scenes, and there's intense drama while you can see that there's a feud going on within this family, but also love at the same time. It's a very complicated thing to pull off, but the director, Kenneth Branagh, really pulled this off very well. Now, action-wise, this movie is not much of an action movie, actually. There's very few action scenes. The best two, obviously, are the first two opening action scenes with the Asgardians, I guess you'd say, fighting the Frost Giants. I didn't have very high expectations for Thor, being that the last trailer, it showed off just a bunch of humor that it didn't look very funny. Kat Dennings looked like a complete waste of money for this movie. Now, when Thor is on Earth, the humor that I was expecting to be in this movie is actually dimmed down quite a lot. The Kat Dennings character is not near as annoying as I thought she was, except for that Facebook joke that just gets under my skin. Ugh! I hate that Facebook reference. I hate it so much. But other than that, it was still, you know, the humor for the most part was pretty funny. You know, he doesn't quite understand Earth because it's very different from Asgard. So he's just walking through the streets and cars fixing to hit him. You know, he's going in the pet shop and he's like, "Give me a horse, slave." Thor interacting with the modern people of Earth is really funny. And of course, this is a character that will be featured in the Avengers. So there's plenty of Avengers references, but thankfully it's not like Iron Man 2 where they just beat you over the head with it. Get really annoying there. As you all probably already know, Hawkeye is in this movie, played by Jeremy Renner, and he gets more screen time than I anticipated. You actually get to see Jeremy Renner, you know, talking and vocalizing his vocals. And of course, just like all Avenger lead-up movies, you're going to have to wait till after the credits to see little hints to what will be going on in the Avengers. Overall, I really liked Thor. It was much more than I anticipated it being. And out of 10 stars, I'm going to give it an 8.5. It was really entertaining. I think you should all check it out. Subscribe to my channel. Hit that button up top. You can follow me on Twitter at TheKMeganson, or you can friend me on PSN. Well, you can't do that right now, but, you know, when all the crisis is resolved. Yeah, so my PSN ID down there is August Rush, and don't ask me about the name because there's really no purpose in it. So that's my review of Thor. Comment on the channel, what did you think about the movie? Have you seen the movie? And yeah, so I'm Connor, and I'll see you guys later.